Hello learners, in our last lecture we have seen the topic of demand and supply, which is a part of your IBBI syllabus under microeconomics. Today we will continue that lecture, and today we will see what is the determinants of demand. So if you have not seen my last lectures, please watch them so that you can relate better way. So this topic is mentioned in the principle of economics topic in your syllabus. You can check there. So today we will discuss only one topic, as it is very lengthy, but it is very easy to understand. Just be with me. So what are the determinants of demand? So first we will understand demand function is the relation between demand for a commodity and its various determinants. The determinants are also known as the factor which affect demand of a commodity. So it shows how demand is related to different factors like price, income, etc. The demand function can be expressed as follows. So I have written demand function here. So I have denoted demand with D, and function of P, PR, Y, T, FE, S and W and so on. So I am listing some of the factors here, but there may be some more factors which can influence the demand. So I have written below, P stands for price of a commodity, PR stands for price of related goods, so on. So we will see one by one how these factors affect the demand. So this is very important topic too for your examination, because I think there will be one question from this topic only. So please focus. I will show some MCQs after the lecture. So first point, the first point is price of a commodity. So how price of a commodity influence the demand, we are talking about that. Quantity demanded and the price of a commodity is inversely related. So the lesser will be the price of a commodity, the more you will demand. So it means that with the rise in the price of commodity, quantity demanded decreases, and with the fall in the prices, there is a rise in quantity demanded. So as you all know, if a commodity goes costlier, the demand goes down. So this is the first point. We are moving to our second point, which is price of the related good. So demand for a commodity is also influenced by change in the price of related goods. So there may be two types of related good. One is substitutes and another is complements. We will see what is substitute and what is complements. Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of each other, such as tea and coffee. So you can substitute tea with coffee or coffee with tea. If an increase in the price of one causes a rise in the demand for the other, then the two goods are substitute. So how you will identify that the good is substitute or complement? So this is the definition. On the other hand, the complementary goods are those goods which are consumed together. So below I am giving an example for it. Car and petrol are complementary goods. If you will purchase a car, then there will be demand for petrol as well as. So if an increase in the price of one good causes the reduction in the demand for the other, then two goods are complementary good. So if the prices of for car goes on increasing, the demand for petrol also decreases. So these are two types of related goods. One is substitute and another is complements. I hope you will understand. Let's move to the third point, income of the consumers. So as you all know, if you have the power to purchase, then the price will be increased. So let's discuss. Normally, there is a direct relationship between the income of the consumer and the demand for the commodity. For a normal good, with the rise in consumers' income, demand will rise and vice versa. So, for a normal good, if consumers' income increases, the demand also increases. Goods like television sets, cars, clothes, etc. are considered normal goods. So these are the examples. If the demand for a goods decreases with the rise in consumer income, then that goods are known as inferior goods. So this is the definition of inferior good. Please note, this is a very important definition. 1 mark question may come from this slide only. For example, coarse grains like jowar, bajra, maize, etc. These are inferior goods. So what happens if the demand for good decreases with the rise of consumer income? So what happens if consumer income increases? These goods get less demand. If the income of consumer rises, if the income of consumer rises, she will reduce the consumption of these goods. So she will eat alternate foods, or you can say alternate grains, more cheaper, more costlier one. If the demand increases with the increase in the income and thereafter it remains constant irrespective of the level of income, then goods in question are known as necessities. For example, salt. So if the increase in income, so what will be happen, that for some times demand increases and then it becomes constant. Matchbox etc. So these are the example of some types of goods which is related to the income of consumer. So this is our third point. We are moving to the fourth point, which is consumers' tastes and preference. So it influences a lot. So consumers' demand for the good is greatly influenced by the taste and preferences, which in turn depends on social customs, habits, fashion, etc. So our next point, consumers' expectation. So if a consumer expects fall in the price of a commodity in near future, then he will postpone his present demand. So if you know that the prices are going to down, then you will hold yourself. You will postpone that I will purchase it later. So when the present demand, and if anticipate the rise in a price, then he will increase its current demand. So if you think that the price is going to rise, then you are going to buy that product more and more. Okay, size and composition of population. This is our sixth point. So this is our sixth point. Larger the population, larger is likely to be the number of consumers. So it's an obvious thing. Thus, greater will be the demand. If the population will be greater, the demand will be greater, as you all know. The composition of population refers to the number of children, adults, male, females, etc. in the population. So now we are categorizing the population. So what data it will give you, that which kind of demand is going to increase, that if the children is more, then the demands of baby product will be more, and if the adults is more, then adults are more, then the demand will for adult products will be more. So we are we are bifurcating the population on the basis of your of age, of gender, of ethnicity, the type of people inhabiting the country will also influence the consumer demand. Okay, so this is the uh, this is the last point, which is weather condition. So how weather condition influence the demand? I have given an example here. For example, during summer, there will be greater demand for sunglasses, cotton wears, ice creams, etc. Whereas during rainy season, the demand for umbrellas and raincoats will increase. So you see how the weather is changing the demand pattern. So in economics, we study these factors. These are some factors. These are only 6, 7 factors which I have listed. There may be more. So that's why I have written the function like this. So I have written function like this. So demand is equal to function of price, price of related goods, income of the consumer, and then taste of and preferences, then future expectation of the consumer, size and composition of the population, and weather condition, and so on. So there may be so many factors. That's why I am not close the bracket here only. So you have to think when in question comes, when an exam question comes, you have to apply your intuitive thoughts that what will happen when these conditions will come. So now we are moving towards MCQ section. So in this section, we will see some MCQs which can come or which type of questions can come in your exam. So first question is, which of the following best represents the demand function as per this is the name of the referring book, so ignore that. This is the function. Okay, so correct answer is B. Which of the following is not a determinant of demand? So you have to opt which is not the determinant. So price of a commodity, yes, it influences. Second is income of the consumer, yes, it also influences. Cost of production, so it's not the factor. Taste and preference is also a factor. So correct answer is C. So let's move. So which of the following is a complementary good pair? So you have to identify complementary good. So tea and coffee, no, they are supplementary. Car and petrol, yes, they are complementary goods. Rice and wheat, they are also supplementary goods. And shirts and trousers, they may be used different. So answer is B. Question number 5, a good whose demand decreases when income increases is called. So correct answer is inferior good. I have told you earlier that inferior goods are those goods whose demand decreases with income increases. Okay. So next question is question number 6. If a consumer expects the price of commodity to rise in the near future, the present demand will. So if you are going to predict the rise in the demand, what will happen? You will increase the demand for a short term or for immediate period. So correct answer is C. Question number 7. Which determinants explain increased demand for umbrellas during the rain? This is the weather factor. This is the weather condition factor. We have just learned. So question number answer number C. Which of the following is an assumption of the law of demand? So law of demand. Option number A is income of consumers. Income of consumers changes. Second is prices of related goods changes. Third is taste and preference remains constant. This is the assumption. Option number C is the assumption of law of demand. Question number 9. Which of the following explain the downward slope of the demand curve? We have learned that in our one of our lecture. So it's B, law of diminishing marginal utility. Okay, so you have to see my previous lectures for these questions. Which of the following is an expectation of demand of law? So sorry, exception of demand of law. So exception is given goods. I have taught you earlier. So these questions you will get when you will learn from my previous lectures. So that's all. Thank you, and I hope this will be helpful in your exam, in your NSI exam. So please support and wait for next lecture. Thank you.